In this lesson, we will discuss about the regression plots and the same file, Excel file, in which we had 179 records, and these are the numbers, statistics from different countries. They were migrated from 1980 to 2013 to Canada. We have to work on the same file and we will make the regression plots. So here I have written some information. First of all, we will explore the data set with pandas. We will download and prepare the data. When we were working on the scatter plot, I showed you at that time how to make the regression plot as well, and how to make the line of best fit by using the Matplotlib. At that time, we had written many lines in our code in order to make the regression plots with line of best fit, but the same regression plot line of best fit we will make by using the Seaborn, and I will explain to you what is Seaborn. So first of all, we have to import NumPy and pandas as usual. So and then we have to give some name to our data frame. I said the same name, can underscore immigration, and then pd.read underscore excel, because this is our excel file. Here you have to write down in quotation the path where you have saved your Excel file, and if you have some find out some error, Unicode error, that is why you have to write down R here, and I'm going to execute it. It is executed successfully. If you want to check whether your data frame is imported here, then you can use head function, and when I will execute it, you will see that these are all our columns, and our data system has generated the index number because we did not assign any index to the system, but we can assign index as well. So here we have 43 columns. If you want to check the shape, how many rows, how many columns you have, you can use the shape function. When I will run it, you will see we have 179 records, means rows, and 43 columns. Now we are going to clean our data. If you want, you can write down these codings one by one in separate cell, which I had showed you so many times. Here I have written all the coding in one cell only to show you that instead of writing in one cell, in separate cell, you can write down in one cell. So first of all, I'm going to drop few of my columns. These are the columns which I do not want. These are unnecessary. Then you have to write down drop function. Access is equal to 1 means we are dropping columns. In place is equal to true means that these will be dropped permanently from your data frame. If you want to check, if you want to write down this coding in a separate cell, then you can write it, and after that you can run this. Then you will see that we have dropped the 5 columns. Now if you want to rename some columns, so you have to use dot rename, and here said, see, these are the old name, this is the new name, and so on. If you want to write down same this coding in a separate cell, then you can run this coding, and you will see that the names of the columns are changed. The third is for consistency. We are going to change our data type to a string. So then you have to use map function, and in parentheses write down. First you have to write down what data type you are looking for. I said a string, and in second, this is the second parameter. Whatever is here, you have to write down here. And then is, I said my country column should my index, right? Initially I show you that system has generated 0, 1, 2, 3, but if you want, you can make your own index. I said country name, country is my should be my index, so you have to use set underscore index, and in place is equal to true means it will permanently set in our database. If you want to add some columns, I said then my new column should be total, so then you have to use dot sum function, and access is equal to 1 means we are adding column. After that we have to make a variable years, because I said all my years from 1980 to 2014, because our data is 20 till is 2013. That is why you have to write down one more year. When I will run this in order to see the shape, then see, now we have 38 columns because 5 columns were dropped, right? So this is cleaning. If you want, you can write down in one column, one cell, or if you want, you can write down in different cells. So this is the Matplotlib. I'm going to install this, but actually we are working on our Seaborn. So regression plots, what I have written here, Seaborn is a Python visualization library based on Matplotlib. So it means that Seaborn is also based on Matplotlib, but it provides a high level interface for drawing attractive statistics statistical graphics. So, and then I have written here, then when we were creating the scatter plot along with the line of best fit means regression line, then we had written many lines in that coding, but the same regression plot line of best fit we will make with the help of a Seaborn, and I will show you, you can write down only one or two line of coding. So this is only to show you that when we had made the scatter plot, we had written this long coding, and I had explained each and every point to you if you remember, right? So this is only to remind you. But now if we are going to make our regression line with the help of Seaborn, then you have to install Seaborn, and you have to write down this. I have already installed this because it will take time. I do not want to waste your time. So write down as it is, and at the end you will see print Seaborn install and imported. When it finish, see, you will see it will take time, few minutes. So anyway, so at the end you will see Seaborn install and imported. Now, still we are working on our data frame, right? So now if we want to add all the immigrants of individual year, just like suppose if I say in 1980, how many total immigrants came Canada from all over 179 countries in 1981 and so on, then you have to use the sum function. And how you have to write down pd.dataframe. Keep in mind data frame you have to write down as it is. D and F should be capital, all should be the other letter should be in the lower case. And this year sum function, when I will run it, so you will see that these are the years and this is the total. It means from 179 countries in 1980, 84,541 people came to Canada. In 1981, 61,800 and so on, right? So this is the total. Now we are going to change the data type to float, right? Because float will help when we will make the regression plot. So when you know very well now that we have to use the map function when we change our data type, and in parentheses we have to assign two parameter. First one should be the data type, I said float, and then whatever is this name you have to write down here. When I will run it now, you will see that 1980.0, 1981.0, it means it is converted to float data type, because float data type supports decimal as well. Okay, now reset the index to put in back in as a column. I said my index, right? So should be whatever is the index is, now we want to make it column. So you have to use reset underscore index and see when I will run it. Now this is years. Years were my index. Now this is one column and this is the second column, and system has again generated 0, 1, 2, 3. If we will not assign, system will generate the index number, and always it should start from 0. Now we have two columns. I said first column name should be year, second column name should be total. So when I will run it, you will see now the name of these two columns are also there. Okay, now we can use, see, whatever I did here in five different cells, this and so on, same thing you can do in one cell as well. Here I have written all the coding only to show you that you can write down all this in one cell, and at the end when you will run it this, you will get the same output, right? Okay, now with Seaborn here, now we are here with Seaborn. Generating a regression plot is as simple as calling the regplot function. What you have to do, import Seaborn as SNS, and AX is equal to SNS means Seaborn dot regplot means regression plot. In parentheses you have to write down X, whatever you want on X axis, whatever you want on Y axis, because I had two columns, year and total. I said year should be on x-axis, total should be on y-axis, and my data is equal to, right, you have to pass these three parameters. So whatever is name you have assigned here to these two columns is there. When I will run it, see, one line coding, you will get a beautiful regression line of best fit. How simple it is, right? Only one line. Now this is done, right? You can present to your audience, but now if we want to make some modification, we want to write down, make some legend, we want to write down heading, what is, so we can do. If you want to change, see here I did not assign any color. So by default it is blue color. I did not assign any marker. What is the marker? This is circle, so these are called the markers. I did not assign any marker, so this is circle. If you want, here I have written, this is not a magic, this is the Seaborn, right? If you want to change the color, only in this one line coding you have to add color is equal to green. If you do not want to write down green complete, just write down G in quotation and run it. So you will see the same graph, same output, but now is the color is green. If you want to change this marker right here, so what you have to do, same one line coding, at the end you have to write down marker is equal to then plus whatever symbol you want. When I will run it, and I will show you here that if you do not want to write down G only and run it, you will get plus markers, right? Let's blow up the plot a little bit so it is more appealing. So now what I did here, if you want to increase the size of your, increase or decrease the size of your graph, so you have to use fixed size. This is the width and this is the height. So width and height, I said 12 by 5, it's up to you, it's not fixed, whatever you want, 10 or 5, 10 or 8, whatever. Marker, I said this time D means diamond, color I need red, right? So when I will run it, you will see now our markers are red, and instead of red red, I said only this R, and 12 by 5. If you want, you can change the size, right? It's up to you. And let's increase the size of the markers now, because as we have increased the figure size, plot size, so we can also increase or decrease the marker size. How to increase it? See, only in one line coding you have to write down is scattered underscore kws s is equal to 200. If you want, make it 150 or 120 or 300, whatever. This is again not fixed. These are the labels, ax dot set x label and set underscore title. I said this. When I will run it, so you will see modification to our regression plot. Okay, see here, the marker size increased. We have this heading here, we have this labels here, and everything is there. Now, if you want to increase the font size of this here and title everything, what you have to do, you have to write down one more line, font underscore scale is equal to 1.5, right? Our graph is done, but I am only show you here that you can change this setting as well. So here is 15 by 10. So when I will run it, you will see a big graph, but the heading will also be font size. See, now my font size is 1.5. You can try by making 2.5 or 3 or whatever you want, right? Looks good. Okay, now see, amazing, a complete scatter plot with a regression fit of 5 lines only. And when we were using the Matplotlib, there were many lines or difficult lines. These are easy lines. So here is the plt.figure this, what I have written here, what we are going to do. If you are not a big fan of the background color, okay, now we have this, see, background color. If you do not want, yes, we can make it white. So what you have to do, extra, only everything exactly same. See here, exactly same, only we have added this line, change background to white color. So set underscore style, and when I will run it, you will see now the background is white. But if you say now background should be white, but there should be grid as well, so you have to write down white grid and execute it. And then you will see we have a white background with the grid. Now, what is the next question? Here I recommend you please pause the video. Right, this is the question. Use Seaborn to create a scatter plot with a regression line to visualize the total immigration from Denmark, Sweden and Norway, Scandinavian countries, to Canada from 1980 to 23. Right, so you can write down your coding and run, make the regression plot. At the end you can match I think in this way you will learn more. So I will show you actually what you have to do. Create a df underscore countries data frame, whatever names you want. Again, here you can write down. Here we need 3 countries. That is why you have to use dot log function and take the transpose, right? Df underscore total, create total by summing up 3 countries. In the previous example, we had used the sum function and we made all the 179 countries. Here you have to make the total of 3 countries. Same thing, reset underscore index. We have to reset our index. These are our column names. This is our year. This is the figure size, and everything is there, right? And I have written my coding as well in single cell, only to show you that you can write down all the coding in one cell as well. When I will execute it, so you will see a nice looking regression line, and you can see here from 1980 to 2013, or these are the years. But see, the best line of best fit is in this direction. What is the meaning of this? How you can show this to your audience, how you can read it? It means that there is a not the positive relation, this is the negative relation. Means as the years increases, the immigration from these 3 countries are decreasing. In 1980, you can say here means 480 people were migrated from these 3 countries to Canada, and now here is decreasing pattern. So I hope that regression line by using the Seaborn is clear to you. Please practice it. See you in the next lesson, and thank you.